Hey, welcome back to Crank Collective. We have so much to talk about, and today we're doing something really creative, really fun, and I'm really excited to show the whole process to you. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button so you stay in tune with everything we have going on. We talk about beauty, fashion, art, community, and of course, God. Now, today's video, I've been getting a little creative bug, and I really wanted to just expand my creation and expand my horizons when it comes to materials I use to create things. So today we're going to be making a vest out of leaves. Stay tuned. All right, now let's get started. I'm going to give you a little voiceover realness. Of course, we have to protect the dress form. It's really, really white. And in all seriousness, this is called a mannequin. It's not truly a dress form. So it's for the cosmetics of it all. So if it doesn't look good, then it's really hard to add to promotions and things like that. So as you can see, I'm putting the pins into the neck just so it could be really easy to use when I'm creating the top. I also put some pins in the side to keep the bag in place. I'm putting the muslin on to just shape the top. When I stepped into this arena, I didn't know what I wanted to create. I was just thinking, okay, Kaylin, I know you want a deep V, but that's all I got. And when you do a deep V in the front, you can do a deep V in the back, but you have to have some type of closing agent at the top so the shoulders won't fall off. That's something I learned in school. Made a real big mistake when creating a lace dress, but we'll talk about that later. Now I'm taking my glue and gluing down all of the muslin, gluing it together. This piece is very abstract. It's art, essentially. It's not really wearable, so I get to use glue, tape, and things of that nature. Doing the best I can with this measuring stuff, okay? Because it was harder than it looks. The glue didn't dry instantly, so I had to keep it in place a little bit, put pins in it a little bit so it can dry. Trying to get the back of the neck together, shaping it, making sure it's somewhat durable when I get ready to put it on. Now for the fun part. I grabbed some leaves from my backyard and I'm just gluing them on, going for it. I decided to put it in an upwards pattern simply because it's less traditional. It's more interesting to look at. But my goal when creating this, I really wanted it to not look like leaves. I wanted it to be an intricate design that kind of looked like a quilted leather pattern. Now, of course, before I glue the leaf to the shirt, I have to cut the stems off of them. So that's what you see me doing with the scissors hanging from the mannequin. Woo! So, I had to step off camera and grab my whole life. Because as I was gluing the leaves on in an upwards fashion, I thought it looked horrible, just horrible. So I decided to let my battery charge for my camera on the inside and continue to create. And when I did that, I feel like magic happened. So boom, decided to take that right off. We do not like this side at all. Redo. Send back to your mother, darling. Return to sender, darling. But this side, yeah, let's do that. Ow! So as I'm ripping off everything that I worked on for the past hour, the side that you see, I really, really loved it. As I said before, my goal was to make the leaves not look like leaves. So I started putting them on in a downwards fashion, simply because I didn't like the upwards fashion, So I started putting them on in a downwards fashion. And then I fringed one of them and layered it and decided that I loved it. Like, it literally looked like the moccasins we used to wear back in the day. In high school, they were all the rage. Literally all the rage, okay? As you can see, fringe. Now, the fringing took a very, very long time, but I do believe that it was well worth it. Now, the leaves have a matte type of luster to them. And at first, I didn't like that. I was thinking to myself, I have some gloss spray in the house and I could spray the vest so it could look like patent leather. But then I stepped back, took a look at it, and it was giving me a leather vibe. So I'm like, yes, please. Let's keep the green leather fringed vest made out of leaves, honey. No, sweetie, I am giving vegan leather a new definition. So now it's just really tedious work. As you can see, I put a lot of tape on my shirt. I decided to use the tape instead of the glue because the glue made the leaves brown. Now, of course, leaves are alive. So when that chemical hit the leaf, it instantly died. So it didn't give me any time to go downtown and take beautiful pictures because the leaves were dying really quick on contact with the glue. So I decided to scrap the glue and use tape, handy dandy tape, and the tape was amazing. It gave me the ability to move around leaves when need be. Now, at first, I wanted to put the closure on the back, but then I started to think, Kaylin, when you do quick changes in your car, it's going to be really hard to fasten that in the back. So what you should do is make a closure somewhere else. At first, I wanted to make the closure in the front, right in the center. But then I started to think the center is the focal point of a gown or a shirt or an outfit. People always look at your face and then go down. So if anything is wrong at that focal point, someone's going to know instantly. So I decided to put the closure at the armpit instead. Now, at first, I thought that the garbage bag was going to be to protect the mannequin. But now I know that I was using the garbage bag for actual foundation. And truly, I should have known that from the start, and I should have prepared the vest for that, or the top for that. Because between me and you, I took the top off of the mannequin and it started to fall apart. And it fell apart, sweetie. It fell apart. Because, baby, oh, was I mad. Okay. It fell all apart. So I had to redo what I'm doing right now after I was all done and I was trying to beat the sun from going down. Because at this point, it was probably around 5 o'clock. And the sun starts to set around 6:37. So I really wanted to go downtown, make sure I had some sunlight, because at 8 o'clock, your pictures are going to look like a boo-boo. So if I was to redo this, I would definitely put the garbage bag over the mannequin, but I would put tape exactly where I know I want the shirt to be. So at first I would make a tape shirt, and then on top of the tape shirt, I will put the fringed leaves so I can just take it off and it'll be super easy to put on. And I will also lay off on all of the pins. I probably put 16 pins underneath the shirt, which made it super duper hard to take off because I put pins in between the shirt and the bag, you know? So when I tried to take it off the mannequin, it started falling off in two separate pieces. Now, the more you put at the top, the better. It gives it more volume, you know? And now we are wrapping up. I took the pins out, cutting around, right? Taking that bag off, trying to prepare it for takeoff. And then, I'm gonna pull it off the mannequin, but of course when I pull it off the mannequin I gotta make sure the inside is like intact and okay, so I could throw it on and model it when I get downtown. So this should be lit. Pray for me that it doesn't fall apart when I take it off. But first, teeth off, yo. Thank you so much for watching. It was so fun. Of course, I messed up once. I didn't like the creation at first, and then I had to revamp the idea, but that is what artists do. We create, we revise, we repeat, you know? So I love you, just know that, and I'll see you in the next episode.